Hello, welcome back to my channel. What I'm showing you today is a bagged Fisher boombox. And what I wanted to show you about this boombox is it is ridiculously long to the point where if you carry it by the handle at your side, it's almost impossible not to run into something with it. Like the Three Stooges carrying a stud. You know, the way they used to like run into things with the studs when they carried them around. Same thing with this. It's that long. I've got it bagged. I had it out in the garage for a little while. I do put it out every once in a while and apply power to it, and decided to go ahead and pull it back out since I'm kind of on a boombox thing and show you what this thing looks like. So that's where we shall begin. Here it is, bagged, and I will unbag it and show it to you. I've got the bag off of it. I'm going to start by showing you the back, because usually I get caught up showing the front, and then I hate to turn the thing around after I've gotten it plugged in and everything. But interesting thing to note is you notice the 3 speaker connections. You got a ground and 2 live connectors, a blue and a red. The reason for that is this thing has literally 2 different speakers. This end piece is a speaker, and then the middle piece is a speaker. So when you set this to wide, it switches both of the speakers on. I think there must be a delay in there somewhere to make it sound like it's spatial. And you got a, looks like an external speaker. Why would you need an external speaker with 4 speakers, to be on me? I can't read what that says. Oh, pardon me while I get on my knees here. Anyway, there's an auxiliary in, left and right. Battery compartment. There's the plug. Nothing exciting there. But I have used the auxiliary as an amplifier. It's got the antenna, which is in really good shape. Not bent or nothing. It's actually in very clean shape. And I'll show you the front of it. Just look how long this thing is. Ooh. Making a sound of a spaceship passing like in Star Wars. Okay. Ready for the reveal? Here we go. Ooh. There's speakers. There's another speaker. It's pretty, isn't it? It's got all kinds of stuff on there. It is one long boombox. It's got to be like 2.5 feet long. Wide surround. Once again, surround. The surround system. There's your tuning dial. FM stereo light, battery light, power, phones, surround, on and off, graphic equalizer, volume left and right, so it's dual amped, tape selector, chrome and normal, band FM mode, counter for the tapes. Line in, CD, radio, and tape. 5-band graphic equalizer. High-speed dubbing, Dolby, synchro dubbing. Studio standard. Fisher. This was made by Sanyo, I'm pretty sure of that. Obviously, anything made after the golden period of Fisher, where you had 40-pound metal chassis and tubes. In the early metal chassis transistor unit, this was made by Sanyo, but I have no problem with Sanyo. Alright, I think I figured out the deal. The reason why there was a set of external speaker connectors on the back is if you look at this, when you hit the rear button, there's the surround. It's assuming you have a pair of speakers hooked up to those external speakers, and you're facing the two front firing speakers, and the two external speakers are behind you. So that makes sense. I like the tape direction thing. If the cassette player worked, that might come in handy, but auto reverse. Wow, you know, that was pretty. I think this thing was made in like the early 90's. Having an auto reverse on it would have been pretty cutting edge back then. Unfortunately, there's absolutely no response whatsoever from the cassette player, and it's probably because the belts are shot, like everything else that we buy around here. Oh, it's got a nice eject on it. Here's what the cassette well looks like. I don't know where the reverse. I don't think that's a standard reverse thing. I'm gonna have to look at that more closely. What does that do? What do you think of that? Need to clean the pinch rollers. That's kind of weird. The head's just sort of sitting there. If we go to tape, we hit rewind, nothing. Fast forward, nothing. Get no movement whatsoever. No motor noise, no nothing. So there you have it. Trying to see this stereo LED indicator. It's quite the it's almost impossible to see in the daylight, so I was thinking it wasn't working, but it's receiving stereo. Just so you forget.
6.5 FM Carabel.
I don't know what to tell you. It's just long. It's a nice shape. This is one of those units I'm going to keep. Be very hard pressed to find another one of these for a cheap price. I bought this years ago at another one of those drive off the interstate antique malls. Where you're in the middle of nowhere, there's a big sign that says antique mall, 100 vendors, whatever. You get off the exit, there's nothing there. You have to drive for 3 miles east or west down a 2-lane, and it's right there. So when we're traveling and we have time, I always taught my wife to let me stop there for an hour just to stretch my legs, but I usually end up buying something like this. But you know, that's how you find things. What can I tell you? Me taking this apart to fix the belts on it will not be done in the near future. I'm still working up my skills on stuff I don't mind breaking, and I would not want to take this apart. Now, if you remove the speakers off of this, it's going to be significantly smaller, which obviously makes it easier to work on. But just wanted to give you an idea of how stupidly long this one is. This is like the second longest boombox that I have. No copyright on religious music.
His stomach, with Porky lying right across his shoulder, and that's how it's been so easy for us to get him down and keep him there, in spite of the man's yelling and kicking and swearing and threatening to kill us. Afterward, we learned another reason why it had been so easy to keep him down. For when he was locked up in jail next day, he had one eye swollen almost shut.
You can see how loud this gets. I've only got it on.
It took Big Jim's knuckles almost a week to get completely well. He hit the man so hard.
Now look.
Anyway, that's where old Jim's gun shack came in handy. For we'd left it there, you know, when we'd been scared away in the afternoon. As I told you, Big Jim knew how to tie 21 different... Well, he knew how to make ropes, too. He took his knife and cut that sack into strips and twisted them together. In almost no time, we had that robber's legs and hands tied so he couldn't get away.
That's pretty loud.
After we got him tied, we didn't know what to do with him.
I think you've looked at enough here.
Well, what are we going to do with him? Big Jim asked. Let's bury him. He's got his grave already dug, Circus suggested.
This is a stereo high fidelity system, ACDC PHW 805.
Like I'd never heard any man swear in my life.
anybody's interested.
I was glad little Jim wasn't there, because he just naturally loved Jesus so much that when
channel.
anybody used his name like that, it made little Jim feel terribly bad. The man began to kick and squirm and try to get loose.
I hope you enjoy this video, and please feel free to subscribe. And
all of a sudden,
I've got a lot more stuff I can show you like this.
shiny that had been lying right there on the
bye.
ground.